And now let's talk about a new milestone for space. Another company has completed its first commercial space flight. This is Virgin Galactic. It is part of billionaire Richard Branson's Virgin Empire. This project has been on for some 20 years. They've finally been able to take paying customers to space. Virgin Galactic has joined the ranks of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin. So now there's another avenue for the ultra-rich to blow their money, which is actually what the story is about. The millionaires and billionaires doing extreme things just because they can, from enjoying the view at the edge of space to dangerous voyages to the ruins of the Titanic. The ultra-rich are looking for things to spend on, and new industries keep popping up to fulfill their whims and fancies. Here's our report.
That plane taking off marked a milestone in the space tourism industry. Virgin Galactic has finally found its wings. Richard Branson's firm is now open for business, and what a business it is. The people who were part of the Galactic 01 mission got to visit space. The mission spacecraft had two parts, a giant plane called Eve and the smaller space shuttle called the VSS Unity. It's on this shuttle that three people took a commercial flight to space. They were Colonel Walter Villadei and Lieutenant Colonel Angelo Landolfi from the Italian Air Force and Pantaleone Carlucci of the National Research Council of Italy.
Much better than expected. It was a beautiful ride. It was actually very beautiful since the very beginning. Even climbing up with the Eve next to us
was unbelievable. The acceleration, the climb, and suddenly the microgravity. And I was concentrated with my test with my kneeboard, but I had the opportunity to look outside and the view. It was amazing, fantastic. So speechless about that.
Looking at the roster, you may think they were members of an Italian research crew. That isn't the case, even though they did perform experiments in space. No, they were actually commercial passengers who were lucky enough to have their tickets sponsored. And they have become the first Virgin Galactic space tourists. The next Virgin spaceflight, the Galactic 02, is scheduled to take off in early August. And that will likely have regular people as part of the crew. Well, regular ultra-rich people, that is. Because you see, that's who the Virgin Galactic business caters to. A ticket is reportedly worth $450,000. This is for just a few minutes at the edge of space, barely beyond the atmosphere. But the journey is already booked out for months. It seems millionaires and billionaires really do want to leave everyone else behind. Now don't get us wrong, this isn't a case of sour grapes. We believe that those with the means should do whatever they want, as long as they pay the fair price. Because think about it, don't we keep hearing how we should take the bus instead of our car, or opt for trains instead of flights? Basically, how we should do our part to protect the environment. But meanwhile, the ultra-wealthy get on their private jets and leave a trail of pollution in their wake. Look at the Virgin Galactic spaceflight again. The thrusters generating enough power to breach the atmosphere. How much more damaging is that for the environment than your humble car? Is enough of the cost of the spaceflight ticket going into mitigating the environmental damage? Or is it one rule for us and another for the ultra-wealthy? Now, you may argue that private endeavors like this, paid for by the rich, can benefit us in the long run. To that, we point to the recent Titan submersible disaster. The vessel was created to let the rich visit the ruins of the Titanic, while they played video games. Seriously? That's supposed to lead to new scientific discoveries? That trip ended in disaster when the submersible imploded. Reportedly because it didn't follow safety standards. The CEO of OceanGate, the company behind the trip, made a revelation. He said carbon fiber that was part of the vessel's hull wasn't certified to carry passengers to the depths of the Titanic, and as a result, the passengers paid the price. A rush to develop absurdly expensive tourist activities for the ultra-wealthy is probably not the best thing, neither for the environment nor the passengers' safety. Perhaps these dangerous, expensive activities are best left to the scientific professionals and not bored billionaires.